everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and as you all can tell by the title, in today's video I am playing the hypothetical game. If I could only keep 10 foundations, which 10 would I keep? So I got the idea to do this video because I did another video recently where I talked about if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes, which ones would I keep? If you all have not seen that video, I will have it linked here as well as in the description box, but check it out. And I only chose 10 eyeshadow palettes to keep out of my entire collection. So I got this idea from Annette's Makeup Corner, and she was the originator of the only keeping 10 eyeshadow palettes idea. So since you all liked the last video so much, I figured why not do foundations, because I think that next to eyeshadow palettes, I review foundations on my channel right up underneath that. So I have a lot of foundations. But actually, when I was looking through my collection and I was selecting 10 foundations that I could keep out of all of them, this was nowhere near as difficult as the eyeshadow palettes. So I've picked 10 foundations and then I've upped the ante for myself. So I actually am ranking these foundations in order from the one that I could get rid of the easiest to the one that you'll have to pry out of my cold dead fingers, okay? So before we get into it, I want you all to see if you can guess 3 foundations that I'm going to keep down in the comment section. Go ahead and press pause. I will give you a little bit of time to do it, and I want to see how well do you think you know me. Who is the #1 Kel Belles? No, I'm just kidding. But how well do you think that you know my foundation preferences? I want to know. Okay, cool. So I hope everybody got a chance to go and leave a comment down below. I'm very interested to know which ones you guys think I love. So let's go ahead and get into it. 10 foundations, starting with the one that I would give up the easiest. This one is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Yes, I know that a lot of people are very surprised, like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that you included this one, because this is not a foundation that I talk about a lot. And that's because I have an on-again, off-again love affair with this foundation. This is such a beautiful everyday type foundation, but I don't wear it a lot because I go back and forth between 2 colors, because I feel like Syracuse is my #1 color in this, but sometimes I don't feel like it looks right on me. And so when I get in that mode, then I go to Aruba, and then sometimes I don't feel like Aruba looks right. So sometimes it just depends on my mood whether or not I want to wear this foundation. But every time I see it on other people, I'm like, oh my gosh, what foundation are you wearing? And they say this, it's like, I knew it. I'm in love with the finish of this foundation. I love the way that it wears throughout the day. It's such a beautiful medium buildable foundation, and it gives you such a nice finish. I think that it's super pretty. I love the amount of coverage that it gives. It's just that I don't think that it's perfection. So I don't reach for it all the time, but I do enjoy it when I do enjoy it. Number 9 is the Beauty Bakery Instant Bake Aqua Glass Foundation. I love this foundation. It goes on like glass. It makes my skin look very smooth, very clear. It wears well. It's very dewy, but it's not so dewy to the point where my combination skin having self can't enjoy it. I think that it's very beautiful. I love the color match. I overall really enjoy this foundation, and for me, looking at the foundations that I've selected, this one is a more affordable option in comparison to some of the other foundations I have in the lineup. So I feel very comfortable throwing on this foundation when I'm doing daily activities, such as when I used to be able to go to the grocery store when I felt like it, or if I were going and running errands. Whenever I get back to doing that, this is like one of my #1 go-to foundations to just be out and about, and it's not a serious slay day. You know what I'm saying? Like when you need to have something on your face to make you feel pulled together, to make your skin just look very refreshed. I really like this one. Next is an oldie but goodie. So number 8 on the list is my Dior Air Flash Foundation. Again, this is another foundation that I really don't talk about online a lot, and that's because I prefer this foundation more so in real life. It is a very natural-like foundation. It is an air spray aerosol foundation, so when I apply it, I love the effects that it gives my skin. It still allows my skin to look like skin. It's very breathable. I love the finish of it. It is a beautiful, soft, matte finish, and I love that it looks very natural on my complexion, so I really love this one. I love the color. I love the way that it wears. Again, this is an everyday type foundation for me, but I will wear this foundation more so if I have something to do. So I'm going to brunch or something like that. This is a foundation that I pull out for there. Like I might take a picture or I might not. Like you kind of want to look cute and more pulled together, but also it's not like you're going on a red carpet. I'll reach for this foundation. I think that it's very beautiful. I don't love this foundation on camera because I do feel like I see some of my imperfections, and it's okay sometimes for imperfections to peek through, but if I have other foundations to wear on camera that give me a little bit more of a flawless finish and it doesn't cost as much as this, I'll definitely choose those over this when I'm filming. So I don't really wear this one that much on camera, but I definitely wear this a lot in real life. Number 7 is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup. And I really love this foundation. I feel like it is such a beautiful, glowy type foundation. It gives you a nice amount of coverage. I would say that it gives me more coverage than the Beauty Bakery foundation for sure. It's just a little bit more nourishing on the skin. So I really like that. It makes my skin feel very hydrated like it claims to. And I love the color 4W1. I have 2 of them. I actually just did a review on this. Make sure you check that out. But I really think this formula just looks nice for everyday wear. Chanel foundation. This one is the Ultra Le Tint Ultra Wear All Day Comfort Flawless Finish Foundation. Woo! All the foundations that I love have a million names. That's what I can tell you so far. Like obviously I like the most difficult named foundations, period. So I really like this foundation because it gives you a really beautiful satin type finish, and I have it on right now mixed with another foundation. I will have all those details down in the description box, but this foundation is just so bomb. It is so velvety. It's so luxe. I love it. This color is just a little bit dark for me right now because this one was my color that I purchased last summer after I had been a little bit tan, honey. But right now I've lost a little bit of that color, so this one is not necessarily a perfect match for me right now. But I do love the formulation of this. I love the smell of it. I like the way that it wears. It just gives you a really nice, soft, velvety effect, and I think that it is very beautiful and classically Chanel. It makes me feel like a woman to have this on. Like I feel so sophisticated when I put this foundation on, and it makes my skin look baby smooth. That's my favorite thing about it. This foundation has a serious flex because it just makes your skin look like a better version of itself. It makes your skin's texture look so much softer. I would say this foundation is universal in the skin types that it can service. So if you have oily skin, dry skin, combination skin, or even just plain normal skin, which we all strive to have, this foundation will work, and it's beautiful. Love it. So now we've gotten to the top 5 foundations that I would keep if I could only keep 10. So like I said, this video really wasn't hard for me to do because I love a lot of the foundations that are in my collection, but I love these 5. And if I had to do this video and only choose 5 foundations to keep, I would be happy if those were the only 5 that I got to keep out of my collection. Number 5 is a tried and true favorite. I've talked about it several times on my channel, and that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This foundation is everything that I need in the summertime. I've tried several other foundations that claim to be long wearing, but none of them can hold a flame next to this foundation because this foundation is going to give me the most beautiful amount of coverage. It is not dry looking on the skin. It does not settle around any bumps that I may have at the moment. It does not give me any type of weird finish. It doesn't oxidize. It just stays in place. It gives me a beautiful amount of coverage that I can build if I want to or shear down if I want to. You will never let them see you sweat with this foundation on because your makeup will not move. Love it. Next is number 4, which is the Shiseido foundation. And this one is the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. This foundation is so amazing. It gives my skin such a beautiful finish. It makes my skin look so perfect. I can't see any imperfections, but it still looks natural. It looks literally like I woke up like this. If I woke up like this were in a bottle, this would be the foundation that would sell it. I love the way that this foundation sits. I love the way that it wears, and I just overall feel super beautiful when I have it on, and I just cannot say enough good things about it. So love it. I will not be without this foundation for sure. We are going into the top 3 foundations. What would this video be without Tom Ford? Like, honestly. So I have to give it up to Tom. This one is the newest foundation from the line, but it definitely has already solidified a place in my top 10. Can't live without, if I can only keep 10 foundations, lineup. This foundation is absolutely gorgeous. It gives me such an otherworldly glow. I love the way that it looks. I love the coverage amount. I love the colors. I just love everything about it. Do you all see this bottle? It's just luxury. It is such a beautiful foundation. It wears so well. It is just the epitome of luxury, and you all already know I'm a Tom Ford Don. I love Tom Ford. I'm always here for Tom Ford, and so when I saw that they were coming out with this foundation, I knew that it had to be mine as soon as it came out. When I pick this foundation up, it just makes me feel good. I don't even have this on my face right now, and I just feel happy having it. I'm happy looking at it. It just makes me feel good. And this one is such a beautiful and delicate formula. This one is called the Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation, and it is about time for me to purchase a new bottle, but this foundation is a long love for me at this point. From the moment when I first put it on my face, I knew that this was going to be a foundation that I was gonna have to have forever. I love the way that I feel with this foundation on. I feel super pretty. I feel very light. It's very breathable. It makes my skin look very perfected, which is what I'm always looking for with foundations, and I just know that this foundation just is going to deliver results. So if I'm wanting to have a foundation that I know is going to work, a foundation that I know is going to give me the longevity that I need throughout the day, but at the same time not be heavy, this is the foundation that I reach for. Love it. It is amazing. So I am down to my number 1 foundation that I would choose over all the rest of these foundations. And I do mean I would give up every single last one of these foundations in order to keep this one. And if you are an OG Kel Belles, or even if you haven't been around for a long time, but you've been around for a good time, then you'll know that the foundation that I am referring to is I had to give it some theme music. It is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and it is everything to me. I love this foundation. I love how it's luminous. I love how it's silky. I love how it applies. I love applying it. It just goes on like no other formula. When it goes on the skin, it's like it morphs into your face. And I mean that in the best way possible. So it just becomes another part of your skin, and this foundation wears beautifully throughout the day. It is one of those foundations that just feel right when you put it on. I have 2 different colors I can wear, which is very rare. With most foundations, I can really only wear one color. There's a handful of foundations where I can kind of go back and forth. This foundation is just so magical to me. I know that this is the foundation that I will wear for almost every special occasion in my life because This is the foundation that I have worn for those special occasions. When I think of this foundation, I just think about all the beautiful memories that I've had with it and all of the beautiful future experiences that I will have with this foundation. And I know that it is here for the long haul. I've worn this foundation probably for, I don't even know how long at this point. It has to be nearing a decade. I pray that they never change the formula because it's perfect. They don't need to. This foundation just gives me everything that I need. It gives me the perfect amount of coverage, the perfect amount of wear, the perfect color, and the perfect skin. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. These are the 10 foundations that I would choose out of all the foundations that I have. I don't know exactly how many, but I have a drawer full here, I have a drawer full in the back, and I have a drawer full behind me. And out of all these foundations that you've seen me try on my channel, these are the 10 that I would choose. And this really means something to me because I would be able to live with just these 10. When I did the eyeshadow palette video, I don't feel like I truly could narrow down my collection to 10. I would do it if I had to, and that was really pulling teeth for me. But I truly feel like I would be okay with these 10 because for foundation, I'm just looking for one effect, maybe two. I just want my skin to look pretty, and if I need a foundation to last, I may go in with a little bit of a longer lasting foundation, or if I need a foundation to look like skin and for everyday usage, then I'll go in with a particular foundation. But honestly, with these 10, I feel like all of my grounds are more than covered. So let me know which 10 foundations you would keep in your collection. Let me know if you even have 10 foundations because I know a lot of people don't. Some people are good with one, maybe two, and let me know what your absolute favorite one. Let me know what your #1 choice is. And for those of you all who participated in the beginning, were you right with your top 3 predictions? Could you tell? Like, did you know? Don't go back and try to edit. Don't go back and try to edit. But I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super soon. Smooches. Bye.